Hey guys, quick clip of today's chest and tricep workout. 13 weeks out from Body Power in England, my first show of the year. I like to start with chest, usually a compound movement, either incline barbell or incline Smith machine or flat barbell. Here we're starting with the incline Smith. I like to do a heavy set for my first working set, try to hit 4 to 6 reps, try to hit those different fibers, and then what I like to do is drop the weight. So I'll drop it down to 4 plates here, and I'll try to hit 8 to 10, and then I'll drop it down even lower to 3, try to hit 10 to 12, and on my last set I'll drop it down to 2 plates and really get good contractions and really control it with the lighter weight, probably hitting around 12 to 15 reps, getting some blood in there, and it really works out great. And then we went to some flat dumbbells. I usually use a hammer strength because, I've had some back injuries a couple years ago, and just unracking the heavy weights from the rack just put some tension on my back, and picking them up after each set, I didn't want to put my back in a vulnerable spot. But today I decided to do some dumbbells, just something different. I'm probably not as strong in the dumbbells as I am free weight, the compound movements and hammer strength, because I haven't been doing them that often. But as you can see here, nice and controlled, getting a good squeeze at the top. I see way too many guys just pumping, and not squeezing them at the top, and I think that's a waste of the exercise, to be honest. Then we move over to some type of fly movement, where I like to use the pec deck majority of the time, because you can see here, I can get way better control. Here I'm hitting the upper part of the chest. I got the seat lowered as low as possible, keeping my elbows really high, flared out, and trying not to touch my hands together, which is a big mistake a lot of guys do. They load up the weight, all the weight on the pec deck machine, and just try to touch their hands together. By doing it this way, I'm actually contracting my chest. I can't squeeze it any closer here because I'm trying to keep my arms as long as possible, not shortening the range like most do. So after this, what I like to do, I'll do 3 sets of that, and then I'll switch my angle up. I'll raise the seat up, and I'm kind of falling off the seat now and trying to angle myself. So now this is like imitating a decline fly. Keeping my elbows nice and low, kind of bringing the arms from underneath, mimicking the decline fly. I really love this movement for the lower chest. As you can see here, it's working great. Keep my chest up so I don't want to cave in the chest and then start putting emphasis on the rest of the chest. I want to keep it on the lower part, so I keep my chest up, head back, and like I said, I'm angled as much as I can, almost falling off the seat. As you can see here, elbows nice and low, kind of bringing the hands from underneath, and you can see here the lower pecs just getting a real good squeeze. I can't touch my hands together because I'm just getting maximum contraction here again. And then we switched over to the assisted dip machine. I like doing them on the assisted machine because, again, I'm getting way more control here than I can do it if I do it the freestyle way, the other way. Keeping my elbows really flared out, leaning forward, and really keeping emphasis on my chest. My main thing I'm doing here is getting the bottom stretch of the part and just coming up high enough just to squeeze the chest. Any higher, then I'm going to start engaging my triceps, and I don't want to do that. So as you can see here, elbows flared out as wide as possible. Here's a good shot right here, as you can see, and going as low as I can, and then just squeezing up just enough to keep constant tension on my pecs. Any higher, it would engage the triceps, and that's not what I want. So then we move on to some triceps work, which I always like to do after chest. Just start off with some normal push downs. I usually alternate each workout, either rope or straight bar. I like to start with my first set a little bit lighter, try to hit about 12 to 15 reps, really good control, really good squeeze. I'll do 4 sets of these, and I'll increase the weight each set. So my next set, I'll raise it, hit about 10 to 12. Next one after that, 8 to 10, and then I'll drop it back down to 15 and really get those good contractions, controlled contractions like the first set. Then I like to go to an overhead movement, kind of like a skull crusher with the cable, really concentrating on keeping my elbows as tight as I can here, and no jerking, and just getting a full good stretch and a full good squeeze. And like I said, same type of thing with the straight bar push down. I'll do 4 sets. First set 12 to 15, raise the weight. Next one 10 to 12, and the next one a lot heavier, 8 to 10. Just hitting those different fibers, and then I'll drop it back down on the last set, 12 to 15 again, really getting good squeezes and contractions. And then since I'm already here, what I like to do is a little variation of both. And so what I'll do here is I'm kind of pushing away, similar to the movement I just did. I'll do about 8 to 10 reps of that. And then what I'll do is I'll lean down and elbows wide now and kind of pushing it over my head. I find this hits the triceps in a different way. And I'll do this until almost reaching failure. And then what I'll do is I'll back up, and then I'll just hit some more regular press downs in front of me, pushing in front of me, not too close to my body, or else you'll be hitting my nose basically, but pushing away and just finishing like this and failure, and it blows my arms up like there's no tomorrow. I would definitely recommend giving these a try. Then we move on to what I usually like to finish with is one hand overhand tricep extension. This is the way I like to do them. As some of you might know, you're getting way more control this way, full stretch, full squeeze, and just look at the control I have here. And all I'm using is a 40-pound dumbbell, and I like to do higher reps here, probably around 12 to 15. I usually I can go up to maybe 50, 60s, and a couple more or less reps, but you know, I just decided to do the 40s this time. You know, with this exercise, I see a lot of guys do the two-handed version, and honestly, you know, this way is much safer and just much more better for the triceps. I find with the bigger dumbbell, I see guys, they just lock it out of the top mostly, and they're not getting that full stretch like you can see here. And as you can see here, I'm really popping it hard at the top there, and they just have a hard time doing that with a heavy pound dumbbell. And you know, it's usually 100 plus pound dumbbell, so it's not exactly that safe to get it up there, bring it back down, etc. You know, right here, look at the control I have here just by doing one arm at a time. You know, sometimes you got to leave the ego at the door, like I always say, and you know, find what works better, you know, not just what looks better. You know, so here I am just exhausting my triceps at the end of the workout, finishing them off and getting a really good stretch and squeeze here. And that pretty much finishes off my triceps. And then basically we just had a little fun, did a little bit of quick posing at the end, just playing around with the camera. I'm going to start doing a lot more posing week to week as it gets closer to the show. Hope you guys enjoy the video. 13 weeks out. I'll be posting a couple more videos soon. My next one will probably be back workout, maybe legs, and so on. So